Who is he, the secret date Princess Leonor is hiding from the world? Imagine this. A young future queen, admired across Europe, seen as the model of discipline, grace, and duty. Princess Leonor of Spain, the symbol of her nation's future, walking with perfect composure in public. But what if I told you that behind those royal smiles, there is a hidden story, one that whispers of secret meetings, a mysterious man, and a romance so carefully concealed it could change everything? And here's the truth that will stop you in your tracks: the palace is not ready for the world to know who he is. Yet, piece by piece, the clues are there, if you dare to look closely. From Madrid's royal corridors to secluded cafes in Switzerland, rumors swirl of a secret date that the world has never seen. And tonight, we ask the question burning on every royal watcher's mind: who is he? The man who has stolen Princess Leonor's hidden hours. To understand this mystery, we must begin with the setting. Leonor, barely 20, already the heir to the Spanish throne, is living a life that looks perfect from the outside. Royal engagements, military training, international education, every step choreographed to prepare her for the crown. And yet, even the most disciplined of royals cannot silence the beating of their own heart. So who could possibly capture the attention of a young woman who will one day rule a kingdom? And how did she manage to keep this hidden from the eyes of an entire nation? Let's rewind. During her time in Wales, where she studied at the prestigious UWC Atlantic College, Leonor tasted, for the first time, what freedom outside the palace walls felt like. Away from the rigid Spanish court, she was just Leonor, the girl who shared a classroom with students from across the globe. And it was there, whispers say, that the first spark may have been lit. Did she meet him in those Welsh halls? A classmate, perhaps. A foreign prince quietly enrolled. Or maybe, someone entirely unexpected, an ordinary young man who saw her not as royalty, but simply as a girl. And this is where the story begins to weave its web of intrigue. Because soon after, subtle patterns emerged. Leonor seen smiling more than usual during breaks. Uncharacteristic late-night walks on campus grounds. Phone calls that stretched longer than protocol would allow. All tiny clues pointing to a secret chapter of her life. But here's where the curiosity deepens. Why would the Spanish royal household work so hard to bury these whispers? The answer lies in history. The monarchy has always known that love, when uncontrolled, can be its greatest scandal. From the abdication of King Edward VIII for Wallis Simpson in Britain, to Juan Carlos' own controversies, royal romance has the power to shake thrones. Could it be that Leonor's choice is not only about her heart, but about Spain's future? Now, sources close to her circle suggest that during recent summers, Leonor has quietly escaped the palace for moments away from the spotlight. Sometimes in Majorca, other times in the discreet corners of Madrid. Always guarded, yet always timed to perfection, as if to leave no trace. Except one. Those who have watched closely claim she is not alone. A shadowy companion by her side. A man the press has not yet identified. Who is he? That question pulls us deeper. Could he be a fellow aristocrat, carefully kept hidden until the timing is right? Or perhaps a foreign royal, someone from Denmark, Norway, or even the British line, whose presence would spark diplomatic fire if revealed too soon? Or, most dramatically of all, is he an ordinary man? A commoner whose love would shatter every expectation of the Spanish monarchy. This is not the first time royalty has faced such a crossroad. We remember Crown Princess Mary of Denmark, once a commoner from Australia. Queen Letizia herself, Leonor's own mother, was a journalist before she married the future king. Each story is proof that love can upend tradition, and yet be accepted in the end. But Leonor's case is different. She is not only Spain's future queen, she represents a generation looking for authenticity. If her secret date is real, it will define not just her personal story, but the very image of the crown. And the palace knows it. Which is why they remain silent. Neither denying nor confirming, but carefully steering the narrative away. Their silence is not protection, it is control. But let us return to the mystery. Witnesses recall Leonor's presence in a quiet Madrid restaurant, seated in a corner away from prying eyes, accompanied by someone whose identity they could not confirm. Another whisper places her in Geneva, during her visits to her sister Sophia, with a close friend, who walked beside her late into the evening. These fragments, though unverified, add fuel to the fire. And every fragment leads to the same burning question: what kind of man could inspire Leonor to risk secrecy in a life where every move is tracked? Is he young, close to her age, sharing her journey through school or military training? Or is he older, worldly, offering her the stability and wisdom that palace life often demands? Does he belong to Spain, or is he from another nation altogether, someone whose nationality could either strengthen alliances or spark controversy? Notice the pattern. Every answer uncovers another layer. Every possibility deepens the intrigue. And still, we circle back to the title that began this story: who is he? This is where the tale moves beyond gossip and into something greater. Because Leonor's hidden date is not just about romance. It is about destiny. A queen does not simply choose a partner, she chooses the man who will stand beside her throne, influence her decisions, and represent her people. One wrong choice could divide Spain. One right choice could unite it. Now, imagine the tension inside the palace walls. Queen Letizia, who once broke tradition herself, may quietly support Leonor's heart. King Felipe, the guardian of Spain's monarchy, may wrestle with the risk of scandal. And the Spanish public, they watch from a distance, eager, judgmental, and unforgiving. For them, Leonor is not just a young woman in love. She is their future. So, the secret date is more than a romantic rendezvous, it is a symbol of conflict between duty and desire, tradition and change, secrecy and truth. And yet, through all this, one image remains: Leonor smiling, her eyes betraying a story the world has not yet heard. That smile is the evidence. That smile is the clue. Will the palace continue to hide the identity of this mysterious man? Or will time force the truth into the open, revealing a love story that could redefine the Spanish monarchy forever? The truth is closer than it appears. And when it finally comes, the world will not only ask, who is he, but also, what will this mean for the future Queen of Spain? Because some secrets cannot remain hidden forever. And this, dear listener, is the untold story of Princess Leonor's hidden date, a story that holds the power to shake the crown.